which is this remains deeply troubling, and we'll see where it leads, but the first reaction is troubling.
Mitt, go away. The country and Republicans are just not that into you. Mitt Romney, despite the release of the transcript, despite the overwhelming evidence that Joe Biden and his son Hunter did an actual shakedown in Ukraine, and that pocketed Hunter Biden not only with a cozy little gig that gave him $50,000 a month, but it set the stage for the $1.5 billion shakedown of China. Does Mitt Romney have anything to say about that? No. He wants to further the phony narrative that the president stepped outside the bounds of the Constitution, and the only reason he's applying pressure to these foreign governments is for his own political gain. Well, the president just ain't having it anymore. Mitt Romney never knew how to win. He is a pompous ass who has been fighting me from the beginning, except when he begged me for my endorsement for his Senate run, and I gave it to him. He begged me to be Secretary of State. I didn't give it to him. He is so bad for Republicans. Back during the 2012 election cycle, there were several of us within the conservative Republican movement. We held our noses and we voted for Mitt Romney. We didn't want to. He wasn't my choice. I wanted Newt Gingrich back during the 2011 election cycle. I worked hard during that primary season, and of course, good old witness protection Romney pulled a couple of fast ones, and that squeezed out Newt Gingrich making any real steam during the primary run, and then we end up with Mitt the Wit. And really, this guy is the walking, talking, plastic, fake Ken doll. In fact, going into the 2011 Christmas season, I did this little bit on the radio.
It's the Christmas present you've been waiting for. Tickle Me Romney. Every time you ask him a question, he laughs uncontrollably.
Mr. Romney, when you were governor of Massachusetts, did you support gun control?
Mr. Romney, when you were governor of Massachusetts, didn't your health care require a mandate?
Yes, it's Tickle Me Romney. You'll have hours and hours of fun asking him questions and not getting answers. Tickle Me Romney comes in genuine plastic. Don't settle for cheap imitations. Available in fine dollar stores everywhere. Tickle Me Romney.
It was Mitt Romney, in running for the governorship of Massachusetts, said during the gubernatorial debate, "I'm not a Reagan Republican. I'm not trying to take us back to the Reagan years. Don't compare me to that." Romney Care became the blueprint for Obamacare. And by the way, Mitt Romney, very proud of the gun control laws in Massachusetts. Why? They're some of the toughest in the nation. And he never had any intention ever of watering them down or changing them or deleting them in any way.
Although you've backed away from mandates on a national basis.
No, I like mandates. The mandates work.
Beg your pardon?
Here we,
I didn't know you were going to admit that.
No, absolutely.
You like mandates.
Let me tell you what kind of mandates I like, Fred, which is this. If
The ones you come up with.
All right, what has Massachusetts done? And as I understand, the plan is that every individual has to buy health insurance if their company doesn't provide it. And if they're too poor, the state will give it to them or will help them buy it, correct?
That's a pretty fair statement.
We do have tough gun laws in Massachusetts. I support them. I won't chip away at them.
Look, I was an independent during the time of Reagan Bush. I'm not trying to return to Reagan Bush.
He is a fake. He is a fraud. Donald Trump did what Romney couldn't do. He won. He became the president. How did Mitt Romney make his millions? Well, let's see. Donald Trump built things, built buildings, built skyline, built a brand. He built things. Now, some of his businesses, by his own admission, didn't do as well as he had hoped. What did Mitt Romney do? Oh, that's right. Corporate raiding. Take over a company, gut it for personal gain, then kick the employees to the curb, sell off the assets, walk away and be done with it. He's a whore. That's all Mitt Romney is. He's an economist whore. That is Mitt Romney. Go in, pimp a country out, or I should say, pimp a company out, use him up, get what he can, walk away. And yet, he's the John that gets the prostitute to pay him. This is the guy that wanted to be president. This is the guy that came close but couldn't quite pull it off against Barackmas Obamamus. Good riddance to Mitt Romney. He's not a Republican. You Republicans better wake up. You better realize he is not just the deep state personified. He is not just the swamp walking around in living 3D. He is a Democrat dressed in Republican drag. He's a fraud, he's a phony, and he needs to be one term and done. Well, that's it for this rant. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Give us a thumbs up and a like. Share this to other social media platforms. If you're a subscriber, thank you so much. Please check your subscription. Make sure you're still a subscriber. YouTube has been playing games again. If you're not a subscriber, please do so and smack the bell for my next rant.